This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.
From MPB Think Radio, this is Fix It 101, the home improvement show to help you do it yourself. I'm Jason Klein, here with licensed contractor Del Moore from Affordable Solutions 601 and Jeff Sammons from Houseworks. We are talking about your doors and windows on today's show. Do you have a door that keeps getting stuck or won't close all the way? Could your screen door use a makeover? Or is the spring on it still strong? Is it giving up on you? Do you have that one window that always gets stuck? And what about adding a door for pets and getting in and out? Share your comments and experiences with us this morning by calling 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464, or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. This is Fix It 101 from MPB Think Radio.
This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.
From MPB Think Radio, this is Fix It 101, the home improvement show to help you do it yourself. I'm Jason Klein, here with licensed contractor Del Moore from Affordable Solutions 601 and Jeff Sammons from Houseworks. Talking about your doors and windows on today's show. Do you have a door that keeps getting stuck or won't close all the way? Could your screen door use a makeover? Is the spring on it still strong or is it giving up on you? Do you have that one window that always gets stuck? God, I hate that. And what about adding a door for pets to get in and out of? That's fun. Share your comments and experiences with us this morning by calling 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464, or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we were having a conversation during the news there about some of the personalities on the DIY network and HGTV. And I put an article about Nicole Curtis, who everyone knows more as the rehab addict. She's the one that buys the old houses that are falling down and puts them back together. There was an article that I shared on the MPB Fix It 101 Facebook page, and Yeah. You're going to love that article. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And that got us talking about, Mike Holmes, the guy that does, Make It Right or something like that.
Right.
But anyway, talking about that, and one of the things I saw on that network the other day, and this was just a really neat thing, and they did a lot of focus on this. They were working on an old house, and there was this door on this house, and it was absolutely gorgeous, solid door, almost carved. And there's no way to buy this door anymore,
True handcraft.
And it had no less than probably 100 coats of paint on it. Didn't shut right anymore. Didn't fit right. So they took it off the hinges. And what after that was amazing. They took this beautiful old door off the hinges that had way too many old coats of bad paint and everything else and weathered and everything. They went and they stripped it, and they sanded it down and repainted this thing, and it was absolutely glorious because, especially in those older homes, those doors they're not replaceable, really.
Right.
There's a lot
of bad at the local hardware.
Very much a piece of art, for a lot of those things. And if you could really make that look good, it's irreplaceable. It's a beautiful piece of art.
I'm sure that door was saying thank you because it could breathe again.
Right.
Yeah, that wood probably hasn't seen anything for 100 years, but the wood was still in excellent shape. I don't know how it could be because it had 100 coats of paint on it.
It was protected by the paint.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Homes on homes.
Homes on homes. There you go.
That's it.
But the funny thing was that they figured out once they got the door off and they stripped all the paint off and only had one original coat of paint on there.
Wow.
All of a sudden the door fit.
Yeah.
They had so many
Isn't that
coats
amazing?
of paint on the door, and they actually made the door larger. by all the different coats of paint.
Right.
So now the door fit, and I thought, okay, well, that's some good advice.
Okay.
And all they did was unscrew the hinges, or took the things out of the hinges,
The pins
out of the hinges, and took the door off and just did it. And then they rehung it, and all of a sudden it fit right. So anyway. An idea there. Already got a question on the line, 877-MPB-RING. If you've got a question about doors or windows, can't wait to get to talk about those doggy doors and stuff. That's going to be fun. Let's go to Arlene in Mobile. Has got a question about door hinges. That's what we were just talking about. What's going on, Arlene?
Yes, hello. I moved here from Chicago, and we have a door that faces, the hinges face out. And I was told that's the proper way to do it down here because of hurricanes. And in my opinion, it was when you have the hinges outside, the door's on backwards. And I just wanted some clarification on, is it backwards or is it not?
Yes, a open outdoor like that, Arlene, is a great application if you're like on a lake or something and you have a lot of wind and rain. Mm-hmm. The harder the wind blows, the tighter that door seals. Mm-hmm. So, and those hinge pins are designed in a way that you cannot take them off. So, someone can't just pull your hinge pins out and break in your home. Same thing on a casement window. Harder the wind blows, the tighter that window seals. So it is acceptable.
That
yes.
is a different thing, Arlene, on the coast than it is anywhere past the coast. If you're 30 miles from the coast, I don't think that's necessary application. But if you're if you're actually, facing the wind of the coast, then absolutely.
Sure.
Does that bother you, Arlene?
And no, I just thought that would be an easy way for anybody to break in. Just hit
no, ma'am.
The pin.
Right. They can't take them out.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Yes, ma'am. It's kind of funny because, thank you, Arlene. It's funny because there are so many different building codes, especially near the coast. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. My father-in-law lives down there. And I think I told you guys one time that it was funny. I remember the first time I went down there to see him, and we went down to, his little pier area. Oh, and I think I told you guys.
Yeah, you thought you were going on vacation.
Well, yeah.
He had the tools ready.
Right. But it was all nailed in. And I thought, man, why don't you guys use screws? This thing's going to stay here forever. And they thought, no, we don't want it to stay here forever. The idea is use nails so that if, hurricane comes, anything of that nature, it will break away. And you'd prefer it to break away than have it screwed in.
Sure.
And have it stay there and just be destroyed all over the place and hurt people.
Yeah, so, big pieces instead of little pieces.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. Good point. Anyway, all right, let's go to Jerry. He's on the roads on a door that won't close and a replacement option. What's going on, Jerry?
Hey, yes, I have a door that, when you close it, it just comes right, it doesn't lock. And I was wondering what would you do to fix that. Also, I have two windows, one that's cracked, and there's this kind that you pop out, but I don't see a manufacturer's name on there. Where would you go to find a match for that? And then I have one that has the snow in. I believe like the seal has can be kind of snowy. Can you get rid of that snowy look, or do you have to replace the whole window?
Let's start with the door. You say it won't lock. Would it lock?
Close it up, and then it won't stay connected. It just comes right back out.
How about, have you tried to pull up on the knob?
No.
Okay, one of the things that happens a lot on a door is sagging. Yeah. And that will change where the lock pin is to where the hole that it goes in.
There is, you probably have to look a little closer at it to see is the door actually lining up with the little lock, the catch plate. Because sometimes, like I said, if it's sagging and it's come out of alignment, or if one of the hinges is kind of slack or some of that squareness have shifted, you're going to have to look at it real close and see what needs to be adjusted, whether it's the lock itself, the door, or the hinges. That's
happened to me before, and you can open the door, Jerry. You can open the door, and one of the first things I did was go to the top hinge that was screwed to the door plate. Grab yourself a screwdriver and make sure those screws are in there. Because those, the most weight's going to be pulling on that top hinge, just physics. So that's something that you want to look at.
If you have any space in between that lock in the plate, then it's not going to catch right. You're going to have to make sure they are lined up, or if you have to...
You got to shim the door frame.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Okay. And the windows, as far as the fogging of the windows, Jeff?
You can order replacement sashes. Mm-hmm. If you will look, it's probably in the top right-hand corner of that window. It's going to have the manufacturer etched in that glass, or it will be in the shiny metal between the two pieces of glass. It'll be stamped in there. If it's not there, check on top of the lock at the check rail. That's where you would lock your window.
Okay.
So check those three places.
And where do you go to get replacement windows? I have windows fixed this, because it's kind of like you can pop it out and clean it and put it back in. Where do you go to find a replacement?
Once you find the manufacturer of that window, go online and find their dealer closest to you, and they can order a replacement sash.
Right.
Okay. And just for some crazy reason, there's no manufacturer's name on there for some crazy reason. What would I do then?
I can tell you that at my house, this happened just a couple of weeks ago. Rock slung up and hit our front door that has a glass on the front door, but it's a double pane,
right?
But the rock kind of shattered the glass on the outside. Now it didn't fall out; it didn't all come out.
It's tempered.
But my wife was getting her car window replaced, her windshield replaced, and the guy said, "Hey, as soon as you want to fix that window over there, just call us. We'll come out here and take care of it."
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that was
local.
Yeah, that was just the local
glass company.
Glass company. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
A lot of people don't know it, but they will come out and replace just the glass or the gas if it leaks out and you got that filmy look.
They'll also look and see why the gas is gone.
Yeah, the seals, like you said, mostly.
Right. 877-MPB-RING is the number to call. We'll continue our discussion after the break. Listeners, what type of wear and tear is going on with your doors and windows? Do you have a jammed closet door? Is the back screen door hanging off the hinge? Do you need to replace the screens on your windows? We'll talk about those doggy doors coming up here in just a moment. 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464. Or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. We'll be right back.
Comes from St. Stanislaus, a Catholic boarding school in Bay St. Louis for boys of all denominations, grades 7 through 12. Since 1854, St. Stanislaus has been dedicated to forming men of character in a structured environment. Learn more at ststan.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Jeffcoat. Every Wednesday morning at 10, the calls roll in.
Going first to Joe in Oxford. Larry is up 555. Bob is in Columbus.
No matter where you are in the world, this is the place for you to get informed and excited about the everyday technologies in your life. Listen to us. Email us. Call us. Wednesday mornings at 10 on MPB Think Radio.
I will do that. Thank you so much. And back to the show.
This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.
Welcome back. This is Fix It 101 on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jason Klein here with licensed contractor Delmore from Affordable Solutions 601 and Jeff Simmons from Houseworks. You can share your comments and experiences with us this morning by calling 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464 or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. By the way, I've got a new feature here at MPB, and that is you can now get the Fix It 101 podcast on your favorite podcast application. Wherever you go to get those, iTunes or Casts or whatever, you can get your podcast there now. And that includes all of the local shows here on MPB. So during the break, we were talking about bifold doors and how it's kind of interesting because the where the doorknob is placed on a bifold door tells you if you're going to open it properly or not, or if you're going to make it jump the track. So, yes. Jeff, you were saying that the doorknob needs to be as closest to the little break, the jam.
That's right. Put the doorknob on the right-hand side of the door that is closest to the jam.
Okay. And then it will open properly.
That's right. And then you pull it.
Right.
And it opens properly.
But if you put the door handles on
side by side,
it will not work.
It won't. Yeah.
No.
You have to pull apart instead of pulling to you.
That's right.
Okay. Wow. All right.
If you have double joints in your elbows, it might work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to, let's see. Our first caller here is going to be Eric in Oxford on a dried out door. What's going on with this door, Eric?
Hey, I got a door that faces the afternoon western sun, and it had an original finish varnish on it.
Uh-huh.
And it's 13 years old now. We cannot keep a finish on it. It just cooks in the sun. Now, we went in and put a glass storm door with a, sunscreen on it in front of it. But that door gets so hot you can hardly lay your hand on it.
Is this door painted or is it stained?
It was stained and then it's had varnish on it. We sanded it. We tried linseed oil. It just dries out.
I was going to say oil of some sort, but
probably have to oil it more than usual since it's facing the sun every day.
The best product I know, Eric, is Spar varnish.
Okay.
That's what we use. That's what we recommend. And but with it catching that kind of abuse on a daily basis, that's probably something you're going to do at least once a year, maybe twice.
Well, let me ask you about this, Eric. Have you heard, and you guys can help me out here, of, the paint product that people use for siding, which is actually like a rubberized type paint product. Do you follow me? You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. They put it on older siding to rejuvenate, and they say you don't have to paint this again for the next 25 years, but it's basically, I think some people call it rhino coats or something of that nature.
Right.
That might be something that you can try if you can get the door to fit after you paint it. Because it's going to add a little weight to it.
Well, it's got a lot of room to, it's loose, in the casement. I've always thought it was a little loose. So I might have room to put a coat like that on it.
Yeah, check on that. I'm not sure of the brand name exactly, but I have heard like a rhino coat, something like that. But it's basically a rubberized paint.
That, and I did plant a tree if it'll ever get big enough.
Right.
Sun off the door.
You got to buy the fast-growing ones, man.
Yeah. Hear you. Thank y'all.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. Let's go to Natchez on some replacement windows. What's going on?
Yeah. Hi. Good morning. This is Akash here. Great show. I had a question about replacement windows. I've got several quotes, and they have plain double pane window, and then with gas and with some other features. Mm-hmm. Which one should one go for if they are replacing windows? I mean, is there any benefit to getting one with a gas in it, or should you just go for the regular double pane? I got double curtains, one with the regular curtain and then the back curtain. So will that make a difference if I get one with a gas?
But do you, first of all, what are they made of?
They're made of...
What are they trying to sell you?
They're trying to sell, these are glass double pane windows, and they're made of acrylic material, not aluminum.
Like a vinyl.
A vinyl,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vinyl is definitely your best value. Mm-hmm. Buy a good vinyl window. They have poor ones and they have great ones. Mm-hmm. I would have low E. I would get double pane, low E put in that.
Now tell us what low E is.
Low E is gas that they put between the glass that will reflect most of the heat. Most of the heat transfer is going to be deflected by that low E.
Kind of energy sufficient one.
Now, does that make them more expensive? Going for the low E?
A little bit, but it's worth it.
Does it add tint?
I would definitely do my research before I bought the windows, because there's just a bunch of them out there.
But I would say double pane is almost in the South a necessity.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, it could have a little UV tinted lens too.
It's not a bad idea, especially depending on which side the window is facing.
Yes.
All right. I hope that helps out. Thanks.
And if you go energy efficient, you might get some kind of break on it, changing all those windows.
That's true. Tax break, too. Mm-hmm. You can look into that. Roger's on the line in Florence on windows. What's going on, Roger? Roger, are you with us?
I'm with you. Just a recollection for those who are building houses, and you guys, of course, are aware of these things, but 30 years ago, we built our dream house after the kids, of course, got grown and were gone. We didn't need the house anymore, but we ordered good Anderson windows, double pane and all that. But 30 years ago, there was no E, whatever that is.
Right, low E, yes, sir.
Low E, and but these were double pane. They were only quarter inch maybe or something. Anyway, we did our best, we thought. But the builder, who was a wonderful guy and deceased now, I'm not going to defame him, but his folks didn't know how to put them in, and they didn't pay attention to the instructions that Anderson gave right on each window. I discovered those instructions later, years later, after every single, these are double hung.
Yes.
Double hung windows, all around the first and second floor. Every one of them sticks. You can barely raise them. They didn't install them right. I've forgotten the details now, but I discovered after I looked into why they all stick, and the little cords that are supposed to, they're spring-loaded cords,
yes,
they're not weighted.
Yes, sir.
Spring-loaded, and because the windows stick, or maybe it's related, I'm not sure, the cords don't follow the springs, and so you raise the window and the cords don't go up, and so the window, but they do stay up because they stick.
Right.
Well,
we strained the backs and all that. So the word is that make sure that your builder or your carpenters who are working for the builder, your subs, read the instructions on what they're putting in. I've had the same problem with some insulation.
Well, that's a really good point, Roger. Okay. And one of the things that you can know is that the folks that sell good windows also will have someone come out and check the window installation if that's something that you'd like to pay for.
That's right.
And that's a really good point, because I would say, and this is just my personal opinion, remember, I don't have any degrees or big experience in this, but I'm telling you, if you're going to install windows, that's not something for the handyman down the street. That needs to be someone who has installed windows before and is a pro.
Thank you all for what you do. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Chances are there was a strap on that window. That's the first thing that a lot of people will cut off. You want to install that window first and then cut that strap. That strap is on there for a reason.
Right.
Pressure loaded.
So
interesting. Okay. All right. Wow. I hope when I installed that window, I had to think about it.
Was it level?
It's there. All right. Frankie's on the line in Memphis on her closet doors. What's going on, Frankie?
Yes, this is Frankie, and I have a carpet hump right in front of my closet doors. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, how's the best way to remedy that?
Believe it or not, there's nothing wrong with the door. It's pulling that carpet tight, I think, would be the fix there, guys.
It's hard to say without really a visual. It might just need a little kick in the carpet.
I don't know what's under that
carpet. My professionals ducked out on me there.
I mean, Frankie,
just kick the carpet.
Are you on a slab on grade, or are you on conventional?
It's upstairs, and it's in the hallway, and it's also in the bedroom.
Okay, so subfloor could have buckled.
Some moisture in there or something?
New house, old house?
It's an older home.
Okay.
New carpet or old carpet?
The carpet was newly installed.
Okay, newly installed.
Yes.
I've seen this happen before. Someone may have left a tool under that carpet, Frankie.
Oh, wow.
I know that's crazy, but
didn't occur to me.
Some scrap wood or one of those carpet strip pieces.
That's if it's new carpet and you've never noticed it before, I think it's reasonable. Someone may have left something under there.
Or if it pull loose, it could be real tight and pull back and make a buckle.
That's what I was going to say. If they tightened that and it came off of the carpet tack, then that's something that if you had a professional installer put it in, you give them a call and see if they'll come back and fix your carpet.
Yeah, take a look at that at least.
All right. Thanks a lot, Frankie. We appreciate it. Got an email here. Good morning. My home was built in 1994. I have some aluminum frame windows, double pane, normal bedroom windows that the glass is no longer clear. See that a lot. Can still see out of them, but they're not getting any better. Can just the glass be replaced, or must the whole window assembly have to be replaced? Thanks, Louis Carl. Fellas?
Glass
Can be replaced.
Yep, absolutely.
Is that cheaper than the window?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, about $2 cheaper or so, but you should weigh your option out and look at it. This could be a chance to upgrade and save on your energy efficiency and get a better window from years ago.
That's right.
That's a very good point. If you want to,
because it's not much saving in cutting that step, except for your installation.
Oh, okay.
Just say $25 saving, and you can upgrade. You probably would want to pay the difference.
Okay. All right. I got another email from Louis, and it said, last time I tried to coat my wood exterior door with this, it started to turn whitish as it dried. I guess he's talking about spar varnish. It says spar varnish. Last time I tried to coat my wood door exterior with this, it started to turn whitish as it dried. I wound up sanding it off and just re-stained the door. Would like to try spar varnish again. Any idea why it turned whitish? Have used it before with no problem, and the can was brand new.
Spar should have never turned milky.
Could have just been that one case.
Sounds like a water-based product to me.
Okay.
But, I mean, who knows?
All right. Wow. Okay. We need to take a break real quick, don't we, Jonas? Is that what we're doing here?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. We'll continue our discussion after the break. Listeners, what type of wear and tear is going on with your doors and windows? Do you have a jammed closet door? Is your back screen door hanging off the hinge? Do you need to replace the screen on your windows? And yes, we're going to get to the doggy doors, because that part is fun, as far as I'm concerned. 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464. Or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. We'll be right back.
And 27 years ago, the first U.S. president took office. Next year, the 45th will. Follow history in the making right here on this station. Listen every day.
Weekdays at 4 on MPB Think Radio.
I'm Robin Young. Republicans gathered in Cleveland are largely against the $15 an hour minimum wage. We'll meet a young working family that could use it.
It will help us so much. Right now, sometimes we struggle so much to get diapers, to get milk for the baby, because
I sometimes gotta sell my stuff.
Next time, Here and Now.
Today at noon on MPB Think Radio. This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.
Welcome back. This is Fix It 101 on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jason Klein here with licensed contractor Del Moore from Affordable Solutions 601 and Mr. Jeff Sammons from Houseworks. You can share your comments and experiences with us this morning by calling 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464, or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. Talking about doors and windows today, Frank, we're going to get to you in just a second. I wanted to talk about those doggy doors. I remember I put one of these on an interior door one time. I had this little closet, and we needed a place to put the cat stuff. So,
okay.
And we had this little, it's not a solid core wood door. It's just a standard little interior door. And it's really easy to cut those things out and fit one of the little doggy doors in. Now, on an inside door, you can easily drill the hole, using a jigsaw, something of that nature, to drill that out. Solid core is a whole different issue. You have a little bit more brute strength on that. But
what about the steel door?
Oh, the steel door?
Unforgiven.
Thank you, Sawzall.
Now, did the cat have a problem going through the dog door?
No.
Okay, great.
No, well, the little flap thing, the flap thing confused the cat to death.
Okay.
So I took the flap off. So now it's just a hole.
So it's a cat door.
Yeah, so now it just goes
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. The flap, they don't like it. So, all right, Frank, let's go and talk about that painting on wood siding. What were you going to talk about, Frank?
Yeah, a couple of things. Number one, if you want to give a fine gift to an architect, and he will be your friend for life, get them a subscription to either Fine Home Building or Fine Woodworking.
Oh.
Those projects take your breath away, and they have a lot of self-help, do-it-yourself tips that have really made a difference. That's number one. Number two, painting. In the old days, the paints were linseed oil. Took too long to dry. They came up with the lead-based paint and all this other stuff. Took the lead out. They came up with latex.
Right.
I stumbled on something that's very interesting. 8 years ago, I started painting my house. And all I had to paint was kills, which is sometimes called pigmented shellac.
Right.
So I started painting about 20% of my house with these kills. I did not use any water blasting or any water on it. I sanded it by hand.
Right.
I'm convinced when you put water on a wood house, the wood gets damp, you paint it, and the moisture is trapped behind the wood. So I got sick. So my wife said, we got to paint the house. So she hired a crew to paint the house, and they did the water blasting, all other stuff.
Right.
Paint lasted 2 years. Started peeling. I'm about to go back to painting on the house. But that piece of the house that I just had a primer coat of kills on it is still perfect. No mildew, no mold, no peeling.
Wow.
So if you love your house and it's a wood house, my house was built in the 40s, don't water blast it, sand it. You'll find out a lot of things about your house when you sand it.
Right.
You do.
And use kills. And my last question is, guys, what is the final word on gutters? I'm sick of them. Can I just take them off?
Sure, you can take them off, but then you can't walk under your house. You're gonna need them.
I'm a believer in gutters.
Yeah,
bigger is better.
Yeah, the whole point, Frank, is to move that water away from the house, as we've said several times, as you know. But like as Dell says, bigger is better when it comes to gutters.
And add the underground system to take it all the way away from the house, not just drop it right there.
So why not just put a gutter over the entrances to the house?
They should be there.
I mean, the gutter's there to keep water off of your foundation.
Away from the house.
Yeah.
So
you guys are no fun. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Frank. And yes, we know that. All right, hands on the phone, and Clinton has got a question on windows. Ann, are you with us?
Well, not really a question. I'm going to tell you what I did with my windows.
You go ahead and tell me.
Okay. West side, a lot of sun. Many years, we took them totally out. Sash window, wooden. It's a 1936 house. Put them in the bathtub and washed them. Put it all back together, glazed and everything. Okay, they're doing fine. Well, I sat in my den. I changed the bedroom to a den, and the bedroom was white, and the den, I wanted it back, wanted it brown. That's the living room in the front parts of the house. So I sat there for about a year, and I looked at that, those little, whatever you call it, mullions or whatever in there that you put the glass in, and you couldn't get all the white out. So one day I said to the gentleman, we're going to switch windows. They all had to have been bought and made at the same time. So we did. We switched 3 windows to 3 windows in the back room that's going to go white, and put the brown ones in the den that is brown. They all fit. Didn't have a minute's trouble putting them in.
Wow.
Sashes, everything. Cords. So it's going to be, if anybody needs to, wants to change their room around, rather than do a lot of scrubbing and painting, they just
change the windows.
Right. Sashes.
Hey, not a bad idea.
It took me a year to figure it out.
Yeah, I've seen another thing. Some folks, I saw this on a Pinterest thing where folks were putting up window frames, kind of like framing a picture around the windows, and it really popped the room. I mean, it looked great. That's something.
Trim work really brings out the house.
Yeah.
Well, we use linseed oil on most of the wood that we have, boiled linseed oil. And it has not affected. In fact, it really made the windows on the west side puff up, which they needed to do because they were too dried out anyway.
Right. Well, I can tell you this: if you need a job in putting windows in, there may be some available for you, Ann.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I got to put in a couple.
All right. 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464. And you can send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. Susan sent in an email. She's got 2 questions. How do you deal with shifting soil and door fitting? We have done extensive drainage work, yet doors still shift off the jamb and catch on the frame. All right. Let's do this one at a time. Fellas, weren't we just talking about that with the gutters?
If the house is moving,
everything got to keep being moved. If the house moves, you got to move.
Right.
Your doors are moving. You must adjust to them or stop the movement. It's kind of like dancing.
How do you stop the movement?
Well, you have to have some surveyors to look at that land and soil. You need to look at your structure.
Well, remember we had Mac on.
Yeah, Mac, the guy from Structural Solutions, was talking about the biggest problem is getting water away from your house. And that is the thing that it's going to, or keeping enough moisture around your home.
The right plants. I mean, there's so many different elements that go into it.
That will keep your foundation in good shape. All right. And now, unless she's got a conventional foundation in which, there are some easier fixes for that than a slab, but
it's technical because Max said even if the plants are planted too close or some things like that could even affect your house, make it keep moving.
Right. All right. Number 2, we have a door that currently is stuck, yet door hardware lock mechanism may be broken, stuck in the jamb. Do I remove the door from the hinges first or remove locking mechanism?
No, move it from the hinges.
Okay, from the hinges. That's the way to do that.
Yes. Open it that way.
Okay. All right. Let's give that a shot.
And it'll come out. Everything should fall.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You will thank us if you work on the hinge side first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there a way? Let's say you've got a large dog in the home, and you want to put in a dog door. Now, I went to someone's house the other day, and the dog door was not actually in the door. They had put it in the wall, and that was a fantastic feature.
Well,
did they pour dog sidewalk?
No.
Probably the reason for that is if it's a glass door, it's tempered.
Right.
So you cannot cut tempered glass.
Right. I think this was just a standard steel door, but it was interesting seeing, the sheetrock cut for a dog door, and then I had the question of what should I worry about in safety on that? This was a larger dog, so it had to be a larger hole,
right?
Meaning, a small person could get through there. Is that something that you consider when you're putting one of those things in there?
Well, the dog is not going to let anyone come in his territory.
That's a good point. If you have a large dog, you might not have a problem.
No, he's not going to let you come in.
The dog is going to guard his door.
Right. Yes. No other dog is coming in there.
Right. Okay. Now, I put in a cat door. It was a true cat door, too.
Oh, yeah.
But the cat wore a collar. When the cat walked to the cat door, the door automatically opened.
Oh, come on.
Needs.
I promise.
I was going to ask about that.
Did you just intravenously feed the cat also? Just
self-feeders.
Right,
He's got a modern house.
But from a security standpoint, no one could get through that cat door other than that
Except
cat.
the cat.
That's
That
right.
is unbelievable.
The cat had the keys.
Right. Okay. So my door won't stay shut. How do I replace the latch? So it won't stay shut. So in other words, it kind of keeps coming back open. That sounds a lot like the problem that someone talked about before. If it's not hitting, if the door latch mechanism is not hitting the strike plate in the correct position, like if it's too low or too high.
Make sure they're lining up too. Mm-hmm. Just a eighth of an inch off can stop that from ajarring or locking.
Right. And you can usually tell either in the door's installation or if it's moved over time that it may shift places.
If it's loose or tight, you'll know.
Okay.
But mostly in the case, that's where you got to look and see if it need to be brought out or if you need to add a space in between it, the old toothpick mechanism, or
Here's something that is I've seen. I don't even know how many times. I know you guys have dealt with this. My screen door won't prop open anymore. Can I fix this, or need a whole new screen door? Two things that you need to know: that you can buy a whole new arm assembly, which is the thing that little tube,
okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, that keeps the door open, and it keeps it also from slamming.
Automatic opening doors.
Yeah, right. And there's also, everyone has a hard time with these little metal things that you slide down the rod.
Right.
Turn it slightly corner clockwise.
Right.
And it should come out of there.
Right. However, you can replace this, and believe it or not, that is a fairly cheap replacement. I don't think the whole thing's $20. No. And it's just 4 screws. That's all it is. This is not a difficult operation. It's 4 screws. You can put it right back to where it came off originally.
Make sure you line it up correctly, because it does control the opening of the door and lining up and attaching to the latch and strike plate.
Right. But those cartridges do go bad after a while, and sometimes they won't stop the door anymore.
Right.
So that is something. But they're nice to have.
If you got it locked and you don't forget it and try to force it, you can break something.
Right.
I mean, she probably broke it.
If I'm going to put in, say, a doggy door, what type of tools might I need for that?
Depends on the door. I mean, if it's a wood door, just regular saws and stuff. But that steel door
the steel door, yeah. You're gonna need
maybe you should even just buy a door for the dog and keep your old in case you want to, change the house back or something.
I did see someone who bought an old door, put in the doggy door, and they knew they'd be selling the house, so they kept the old door.
Yes.
And if it was something that was unappealing to someone who was looking at the house, they could just put the old door back on.
Always, consider that option, or if you stay in or going.
Right. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll continue our discussion a little bit later. Listeners, what type of wear and tear is going on with your doors and windows? You have a wood door, a steel door, whatever you have. Do you have a jammed closet door? Is your back screen door hanging off the hinge? Do you need to replace the screens on your windows? We can tell you how to do that, too. Call us with your questions, comments, or just tell us what project you're working on at 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464. Or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. We'll be right back.
"227 years ago, the first U.S. president took office. Next year, the 45th will. Follow history in the making right here on this station. Listen every day.
Weekdays at 4 on MPB Think Radio.
Hi. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Owens, host of Southern Remedy for Women, here to warn you about an upcoming epidemic of license plate envy. Yes, it's coming after you see someone driving around with the new MPB car tag. It's the latest way you can support Mississippi Public Broadcasting continue the mission of educating, informing, and entertaining Mississippians. This epidemic is easily remedied by visiting mpbonline.org/car tag to pre-order yours today.
This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.
Welcome back. This is Fix It 101 on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jason Klein here with licensed contractor Del Moore from Affordable Solutions 601 and Jeff Simmons from Houseworks. You can share your comments and experiences with us this morning by calling 877-MPB-RING. That's 877-672-7464. Or send an email to fixit101@mpbonline.org. One of the things we were talking about during the break was replacing a door, actually pulling a door out, frame and all, and putting another door in. Folks, this is not like changing the handle on your toilet. This is a for real
underestimated job. You think it's easy.
Yeah, this is not, hey, we got 15 minutes today. Let's go ahead and replace the front door. No, this is if you're inexperienced, this is almost a day-long job.
Even for experienced guys, you got to take your time because it's technical to get everything squared, centered. And like Jeff said, leave the level in the truck, but you still got to have calibrated eyeball to make sure it's straight.
Everything on the door's got to be perfect
and functioning.
The depth of the hinges, if you mortise those too deep,
it's too tight.
You will actually hinge bound that door and it won't close.
Right.
Just because the hinge is mortised too deep.
Wow.
At least 2 hours just in case. You want, and then you got to case it in, make sure it's secure after you do get it hung right.
I'm telling you, having
and back.
Having hung a couple of doors myself, 2 hours is for the pros.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're two more men now, not just yourself.
And it can't be and I cannot stress this enough. One person cannot properly put a door in. One person. It's
tough.
It's and you got and don't even talk about solid core doors.
You need someone on the inside, someone on the outside, and you need some free hands like an octopus. 8 arms.
Right.
One of the things also I wanted to mention, we mentioned it going into the break, do you need to replace the screens on your windows? I can tell you that if you go to any of the hardware stores, your local hardware store or a big box, whatever you want to do, they have screening kits. There are screening tools. There's this little roller tool that you use. If you already have the frame for your screen, like you've busted a hole in the screen on your home, you can go and you can buy both just the screen. They sell it in rolls, and you buy this tool. And the tool, there's a piece of rubber basically that holds in, like a gasket, holds in the screen to the window, the screen frame. And you pull that out, you put some more screen over it, and then you put this gasket back in there, and it's done. You have to try it a couple of times because you forget that you're pulling it tight.
Right.
There's a couple of little tricks.
You don't want to cut it too short.
No.
At least eighth or a quarter of an inch on.
You can always trim it after you put the.
I was going to say that you go ahead.
It's called. What is that called?
What, the little roller?
No, the rubber. Binding? Is it called binding?
Something like that.
I think it's binding.
But anyway, you put the screen on first, you put the binding in.
We'll call it that for now.
Yeah, we'll call it that for now. And then you take a knife, a
utility knife,
blade, and you trim it. And it'll be great. And your screens, by the way, will look great. If you don't know this, screens come in all different colors, different types of stuff. You can go everywhere from stainless steel to whatever you want to use.
I've installed copper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the screen porch.
And if you don't want to do it yourself, you can drop them off at the local store, and they will have them ready for you.
Really?
Yeah, for small price.
By the way, if you have a window that doesn't have a screen, they also sell the screen frame kits.
Yes.
And you can make your own frame.
Sure.
Yes.
So, all right, let's go to Kathy in Yazoo City. Has got a comment on some French doors that have rotted out. How's it going, Kathy?
Oh, no.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
got 3 French doors that open onto a deck way out in the country, hard for somebody to fix it to get in, but the deck didn't have gutters, and the bottoms of the doors have rotted out. The doors are steel. The frame is, cheap wood. And is it going to, and the house, of course, has shifted some. It's not that old. It's on a conventional foundation. Do you think it's going to be easier to replace the doors, or can I take the doors out, replace the frame, and put the original doors back?
Jeff shaking his head.
Okay, these are metal exterior doors. The bottom of the door itself has probably got rust on it.
No, not really, but they're steel, and the everything that's steel looks fine, but the door frames on either side have rotted through completely.
The wood portions.
Open,
the casing.
Open up that door, Kathy, on the hinge side. See if that door is not soft on the hinge side at the bottom, because that door has wood in it with a metal skin around it. Mm-hmm. I'm almost willing to tell you that bottom of that door is in bad shape. But if it's not, keep the door and just order new frames.
Not to be the bearer of bad news, but sometime if the case is rotting, everything needs to be changed. I don't know for sure, but usually it'll give you a sign the wood will be swollen and busted out of pucker looking. Mm-hmm. If it's just a prefab metal door, but if it's something.
You say if the wood is swollen, are you talking about on the front, the bottoms of the door frame?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, literally have because water sat near the house at the deck join where the deck joins the cabin, and I mean they have. When I say they rotted through, they rotted through. I had to think, just some of that. I mean, there were holes in the bottom where it had.
Be prepared to do some stud work back there too if it's that bad.
Yeah, some of the studs are still exposed. It's not a finished cabin, and the studs look fine on the inside.
Okay,
and I can look on the inside, and I can see it's looking, on some of these. Now, some, the pine has already been put up.
Kathy, believe it or not, the wood that is on the inside of some steel doors is just prefab. It's kind of junk wood. I mean,
it's not good.
It's not,
sometimes
it's
not
like
cardboard.
a hardwood or anything.
Mm-hmm. It's just cardboard sometimes. But this could be your chance to upgrade to some new French doors with the blinds and some new panel with the rack you can take in and out. Right. It's just so many different options. It'd be so much easier to upgrade to a new door.
And once those doors start rotting, the wood on the inside of the skin, they're kind of over.
That's right. To make a blemishable cut, halfway instead of do it right and go all the way. I don't know.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Kathy. And I'm gonna answer this real quick, Jonas, and then I'll get to the end. Have aluminum frame windows in 60s home with moisture between the panes. The Sears salesman, the heating and cooling said that the heating and cooling expansion caused them to leak, letting moisture in. He says that low E windows would make it easier for the AC to keep a house cool in summer. Do you think a window upgrade would make a noticeable difference with the AC that struggles to keep the house cool? The answer is affirmative. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go, folks. Fix It 101 is a production of Mississippi Public Broadcasting Think Radio and is funded by the generous contributions from listeners like you. Our show is produced by Jonas Adams. Our call screener today was Sam Wells. For Del Moore and Jeff Sammons, I'm Jason Klein. Stay tuned for our Wednesday 10 a.m. show, Everyday Tech, with Sharita Brent and Ashley Jeffcoat. And join us next Wednesday at 9 for Fix It 101 only on MPB Think Radio.
This is an MPB Think Radio podcast. To hear previous shows, visit mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Radio app to listen on your iPhone or Android phone on demand.